Hero, finally, at Bfdia 6, well rested. After 10 years, Bfdia has actually continued. It is still crazy. I really like the beginning scene of all of them just falling down back to Yoyo Land. I just like it, because, like, it just picks off immediately afterwards, like nothing happened. I also like the reference to the deleted scene of Bfdia 6 from 10 years ago as well, of Book eating the yoga berries. Like, it's just good, honestly. It feels nice to be back. I also just like of of Nickel just playing a trick on Book with using Bomby's arm instead of his. It's just nice. I also really enjoy Announcer talking to Fiery Speaker Box, cause like, yeah, cause Announcer almost got caught afterwards. So, and I just love Fiery Speaker Box's face here of just pure disgust at the thought of a Euroberry. I also really enjoy the fact that, like, after this, we don't see Announcer for, like, a really long time. Until, like, the finale of BFDIA. And I think I like the fact that they genuinely chose to have Announcer be more secretive, because, like, he did almost get caught. And also, I love how they all just fall quickly and get destroyed. And then you have the elimination time. And I love the fact that this marks a running gag in BFDIA of the kick at stake intro constantly changing, and I love that. Like, I think it's just so funny how they just keep on going with that of just constantly changing the intro. Would that be better or for worse? And then we have the likes, I like and I like how even though what Puffball did, she still got third of 931 likes. And then Fiery, of course, got the most likes, 1,023. And I mean, it doesn't bother me as much, but I kind of don't like how sometimes the prize is just used for little gags like this, where like Fiery gets like like a meteor deflector and just causes Puffball to then get eliminated. Like, I don't know, I just don't really like that as much. Of course, I also do enjoy the fact that on the prize wheel and you know contestant wheel, there's the gags on the wheel. I think that's always so funny to me. How they, like, lose the challenge or get eliminated. It's just so funny to me. Like, I don't know, I just think it's funny. And, like, overall, like, this elimination is still good, but, like, it's kind of expected who would get out, because, like, yeah, I don't know. Although, I do enjoy the fact that the prize is Euroberries, but because it was on Fiery Speaker Box, it became electrified. So then Tanspar just eats it, gets the yo metal berry effect, but then just dies. Like, it's so funny because it's so ridiculous and pointless. And of course, we got the two balls of the team left with Gruffalo and Puffball. I also love the fact that Tanspar revives just so he can say how much he annoys when Golfball says, "Oh my god, but I'm the team leader," and then just goes back to being dead. It's so, like, just funny to me. There's no other way to describe it. Just kind of really funny. And, like, it's obvious that, Puffball is out. But, like, I still do the fact that they still keep the tension and just don't reveal it away. But, of course, Puffball is out with 1,455 votes, with 675 votes. Like, it's not that close, but, like, it's obvious why Puffball got out for what she did in the last episode. And, like, I think, I don't know, I feel like this episode's good, but, like, I'm not sure if it's the episode we needed for, the revival of BFDIA, as it doesn't feel that good, I feel like, because, they're just getting back into the groove of writing for BFDIA. Yeah. So, like, I like how, I mean, this is a good gag, at least, of Rocky nodding his head, yes. And then Fiery and Gelatin saying keep those neck muscles excited, it's funny. I can at least commemorate that, ooh, what a tough word, for the funny gag. Then I also enjoy the gag of Spongy think he was allergic to yo-yo land soil, and then he just grows another, I guess, sponge hole onto him. And like, I don't know, that's also just funny. I also just enjoy the fact that they were like, yeah, let's just become yo-yo land citizens. Although I don't really like how, like, they only really stay for Yo-Yo Land in this episode and the next. I would have loved, I guess, to see more challenges in Yo-Yo Land. But, like, I don't know. I guess that's what they're saying for IDFB, but, like, come on. You could at least have one more challenge in Yo-Yo Land. Otherwise, meh. I do also enjoy the fact of Pin just feeding people yellow tomatoes, and then just gets quickly speed up when she says yay. Yay. Also during the prize, we will jump the height, steal all the money in the world, quit the show, find the grand prize, and win the challenge. Win the challenges, find a cozy bed to live in. Like, that's just funny to me. And on the actual challenge of itself to find a cozy building to sleep in, I mean, I like it. I think it's definitely unique to have a challenge where you have to sleep. I think I definitely would have liked the challenge more if they actually did the threat of, I guess, more like a time limit rather than, oh, just the first team to sleep gets, safe. But I don't know. I mean, that would have been much more interesting, but, like, I can understand why they didn't do that for more of a lower stakes return to BFDIA. I guess Woe Bunch in this episode, I don't know, I think Woe Bunch, I mean, I enjoy their team and stuff, but, like, I don't know. I feel like I do enjoy the fact that they're keeping up with Spongy hating his team for what he did. That was good. And, like, I do enjoy the fact of just the actual headphones that Yellowface sells, which is you can't remove. I think that's really funny. And I actually just love every time we get an actual Yellowface ad in the show. Because I love how just like a stick figure in all of them. And I just love how the glue is stuck, you can't move it. And I love how she just throws spike balls for no reason. And it doesn't really make sense, but that's what makes it so funny. I also the fact for 20 minutes you can get this war-ending plague. Like, why does Yellowface have that? Yeah. I also really enjoy the fact of, like, the headphones, like, interrupting after Ice Cube speaks, which does that really. I just think that's a really funny noise. And, like, I love Freesmore in this episode. I think they're much better. I love their dynamic of Pencil hating Ruby, the book kind of having to sit in the back line, and then Pencil just succumbing Ice Cube to the back of the truck, so she does have to deal with Ice Cube's music. So for the credit of the team, no! And then the it's so funny. Like, I just love their dynamic. And I just enjoy the fact that the band, for no reason, could kind of just go up and down the walls when they're not like glue or stick. It's really funny. And I enjoy the fact that it just doesn't make sense. I do enjoy at least that we do at least get to see more Royal Land with Free Small and stuff. Also, yeah. I mean, I think Free Small is pretty well written in this episode. And Robudge, I think to a much lesser extent, they're much less interesting, because, like, I don't know. It's just something about it. I think because their beginning is much less more, I guess, interesting, I feel like, because they could have done more with Spongy not liking his team member or something like that, but, like, I don't know. I do enjoy the callback, though, to Bfdia. I can't remember what episode, but then there's space, and then they just kill Spongy with the to use as fuel. Then Spongy being like, I don't want to talk about it. It's like, okay. I also just I just think an aerospace manufacturing plant adds so much intrigue to what Euroland was, because I mean, we know in IDFB there's something with UFOs, but it still doesn't make that much sense. I also just enjoy this gag of Yellowface being, oh, I'll give you a 5-cent family discount. Nico's like, yeah, wait. He's like, wait, I'm getting related to Yellowface? And then Neo's Chloe saying, no one cares if you adopted Nickel, let's go to sleep. That's a really funny line. And I also enjoy the fact that there's just raindrops here. It's good. And then we have, Team No Name with the, Live Here Hotel. I also just really enjoy the fact that they can't tell that it meant to say Evil Here Hotel. I think that makes it much more funnier as well. And I think I enjoyed Team No Name's dynamic much more in this episode, because I think they just bounce off more well with each other. And I think that's why I enjoy Team No Name's dynamic much more, with Fiery and Gelatin being the goofballs, Fries not caring about anything, then Golf Ball being the leader, and Tennis Ball just being there. I think it's much more interesting than Will Bunch, because they don't really have dynamics with each other. Too much more noticeable extent with Team No Name. And I just enjoy the gag of all the different rooms being somewhat nice quality. I think that's also nice. And I do enjoy how, we at least get to see the actual rooms inside when, what happens. And I also enjoy the fact of Evil Leafy just being in this hotel for some reason. The jump scare of it appearing in the face. And I love how Yellowface ad, it seems like, oh, it's going to introduce a product. But, nope, it's literally just a troll. And then we get back into Team No Name, and then they get chased by Evil Leafy. And I just enjoy the gag of them having to hide in the rooms to hide from Evil Leafy. And I do enjoy the fact that they introduce that Evil Leafy is getting stronger for being able to, kind of, manipulate into the room from outside. I think that's good. And I enjoy the fact that they kind of can just run on all the walls and ceilings in this hotel. That's also just good. I just like this. I think this scene is really funny to me, and it's really noticeable. And I also just enjoy the fact that, this glue is water soluble. Why can I not say that word? Sorry. Solidable. Sorry, that's just a hard word to say. And I enjoy the fact how it's gonna get ruined, but you don't know how. And let me get back to Team No Name. I really enjoy the fact that, they have the great idea to sleep with the Euro Needy. And I always will love the fact when they use book as, an actual book. And, I also just like the fact of them that, yeah, they can hold the book, so they can use them as, a good map. I also just enjoy the fact that, this isn't how you would actually, I don't think you would write it in a book, because the book's face is on the right, and then the next page would be on the left, so, it would be the other way around. Just a little funny something I noticed. And I enjoy the fact that, they can't get the Euro Needy because the wall is slippery, I guess. So then they just get balloons from the balloon store and start flying. And I also do enjoy the fact that, while this is happening, Ice Cube is trying to, manipulate her headphones in order to create nice sounding, soothing music. And that's why I enjoy the fact that Ice Cube has a much lesser role in the episode, because the ultimate payoff is really funny and worth it. And I still love Ruby. I just enjoy the fact, oh my god, yummy filtration plant. I gotta go drink from it. It's I just love the fact how she can just drink the entire building and then just jumps back. And I also just really enjoy the fact of Ruby not getting what, sarcastic means, and then Pencil just being so annoyed at Ruby. It's really funny. I do enjoy this at World Bunch, at least. I will commemorate this of somehow just a weather cloud being able to form this giant building, and buildings canonically having the ability to have weather if it's big enough is really funny to me. And I also enjoy the fact, in order to solve this giant rain cloud, they have to get, like this like tube thing, and then just like hook it up to the roof, and then just drops teardrops away. I think that's a really funny solution because it's not how it'll work, but it just does. And I love the fact that since that Free Smart just collided with it, and then they literally are going to drown because they can't stop it because they're in the air, and so the wheels or gas just doesn't work. I love the actual animation of the water sinking in, of filling in the van. Sorry, I can't speak. Really good. I also enjoy the night sky and sun. It looks so pretty. I enjoy the fact that we go back to Team No Name, so it clicks into the viewer's mind. Oh, somehow this water will get to Team No Name and ruin their build, because that just makes sense. I just enjoy the fact that I think Free Smart is much more pure than what happened last time. So they have snorkels, and then that is what causes the water to then get into the boards, and causes Evil Leafy to get inside their room, and they just have to get back into the other room. I also really enjoyed this moment, the exchange between golf ball and tennis ball, of not complaining about having to do work. I don't know why, but that is so memorable to me. And I think it just builds to their team dynamic being interesting. Also, I really enjoy just the fact of Evil Leafy just can't open the door because she doesn't move, actually move. She just teleports between a second and then another second. But somehow Judge and Spakeballs do all in fact enough to open the door, which makes it really funny as well. And also the fact that they just have to stop for a moment to wave open the door is good. I think this best part of them just going to the really bad room, and it's so bad the front wall just falls off. It's so funny to me. And I think this is just a great way to have Evil Leafy be another episode. And then we have Freesmall again, almost about to drown. And I think it helps build tension for the ending of the episode. And I also just enjoy the fact that just for a few seconds just have Point Ice Cube blowing up balloons to build that up. And then of course, the Free Smart Super Van is falling, and I just really enjoy this little writing from Rocky saying hi Pencil. Also, just the night animation, the night background looks really good as well. And this is another good scene of them fighting each other on the pipe thing. And I also enjoy the gag of all the weapons not actually being important what they are, because it's just the same product at the end of the day. It's really funny as well. And just this fighting is also really well done. Also, just Pin somehow killing Rocky by standing still is also funny. And then Pin just standing there, so he doesn't want to hurt anybody. But then Spongy charges in, and it just goes crumbling down as the water explodes. And now they're both stuck up there. It's really funny to me. And also, I really enjoy the fact that they would win the challenge since they have the blankets. I mean, I don't know how they would sleep since I assume it would be pretty cold. But anyways, I really enjoy the fact that In order to wake them up, they try to tell scary stories, which is just like, you would do that like a sleepover. Like, it feels really reminiscent in that sense. So I enjoy the fact that their solution is talking about evil Leafy. And like, I think it's really interesting how they have characters who haven't met evil Leafy do this. So they don't believe evil Leafy, is actually real. And I enjoy the fact that like, just somehow people talk about evil Leafy makes like, actually I want to go in for them instead. It's really funny to me as well. And I really enjoyed this scene of them all just trapped while evil Leafy is there. And the fact that, oh, evil Leafy can't go underwater. So then that means that Free Smart's the only one that evil Leafy can get to. So just like a giant pillar, like a giant like swing set of them all just dunking in the water constantly. And I think it's really funny. And of course, since Evil Leafy isn't there, that means Team No Name is the first one to be able to sleep, earning them first safe. I think it's Team No Name was just good in this episode. No complaints. Also, this scene of them just constantly going in the water as it zooms in on Freespawn is really good, and like, I really enjoy the fact that like, this is Ice Cube's best moment from the season. I feel like, and I want to be listened to. And then Ice Cube getting the balloons, and then they just all lift to safety. And Ice Cube managed to hack the music, so it was a really calming lullaby. It's so well done, honestly. I think that's why I love Free Small, because it builds up to this moment, and it does it so well. I also really enjoyed the night sky in the background. It looks really nice. And like, I think this is a good ending as well. I think the middle was just a little bit bad. And of course, since they're all high up in the sky, that means they're second safe, and that means Bunch is up for elimination, having to face Evil Leafy. And like, I think it's just really, I really enjoy this ending as they're suffering, and I also really enjoy the fact that it sets up the video diary thing from IDFB is really well done, and explains the lens cap as Ruby forgot to put it on, and I think it's really well done. Well, we're gonna go to the episode ranking now overall. Yippee! CIA 6 well rested. And like, one thing I always love to mention is the thumbnail, and I really enjoyed the thumbnail of this episode with Free Small in the van and the balloons. Like, that's good and all, but like, overall I still think it's a weak episode despite some of the praises I give it. Like, it's good and all, but like, I just feel like Bunch didn't really have any interesting dynamics. Like, I think maybe if they did more with like Spongy and stuff, or just more like team dynamics and interaction, it would have been good. But like, I think this is at the bottom of like 6 out of 10. I would probably rate it like a definitely a 6. Like, there's some. I mean, like the characters still written, the animations, like it's not bad, but like, I feel like just I don't know. I think that's good for this episode, and like, I think the revival really needs to take some footing as like, just a spoiler, but like, I mean, this episode's fun. This episode's fine. This episode, I like the challenge of these two as well, but this one's really bad. And then after that, I think we get into some the BFDI. They get what BFDI is, and like make some good episodes and stuff. But that's the end of the review, and like, well, I hope you have a good day and enjoy more content. Have a good day.